Hey, Marty. Come on, Tux, let's go, bud. Tuxie, come on. Come on, Tux, let's go, bud. Tux, come on. Come on, Tux, let's go. No, Marty, not you. I'll go get Tux. He's confused. That's what I like to see. A man doing dusting. I tried not to get her dirty yesterday. I think she survived the day okay.
Just a little dust.
Don and I watched a YouTube last night where a German researcher put GPS tags on 10 cats and followed them around. And I was surprised that their territory was even bigger than I thought it was. Maybe the houses were super close together, but still, I was like, if some of my guys are roaming that far, I don't want to know. Morris is the only one really going sort of farish during the day that I don't know where he is. All the rest of them are staying pretty close, might disappear up the hill for a short period of time and are right back. But it was interesting. Don't go too far. They're playing over there. You hold down the fort and stay out of their way, okay? Be back in a little bit. Sure is nice to have a clean car. Good morning, Ruby. Well, that bright sunlight this morning is helping to wake me up. Our arrival time is 7:26, so I don't have too much time to spare lose on the way downtown today. We're all moving a little slow. It's a Thursday that feels like it definitely should be a Friday. I guess that's just wishful thinking on my part. Wow, it's already 54 degrees out there. I do believe A said this morning that we're going to hit 80. That's right, 80 on March the 3rd. That's pretty warm. I've got on short sleeves. A little too cold if I was going to be out walking right now for short sleeves, but this afternoon it'll be just right. Hopefully Don won't get tied up today and not be able to walk this morning like yesterday. Yesterday was pretty brutal for him. He got nothing done except for being on every conference call that everybody else wanted him on, helping them with their stuff. Poor guy. But he's got stuff to do for himself. Gas went up 10 cents yesterday, $3.69 over there at the Sheets. There and at the Fuquay Sheets. It was a lovely drive in with a flatbed hauling sheetrock this morning. He was very loaded down, understandably so, because that stuff is really heavy. I'm glad to finally have left him behind me. Well, it's 7:30, so I did get him dropped off on time. He'll have to hustle though. They have cones blocking the normal place that we pull up to over at Boyer this morning. I don't know why, but it was really making it very hard for us to drop off the kids this morning, get out of the way of other cars. I have vowed now that next time I come in and there's a tour bus in front of me, I'm turning here at the security. Yeah, if there's a tour bus in front of me again, the security guards before Christmas, they never let anybody go the wrong way at the security booth except for the school bus, pretty much. But the new crew in there now, they're letting people turn around all the time, and so I'm following the old rules. But if I'm going to get trapped behind a really wide vehicle again, I'm going to turn around at the security gate next time too and just save myself the crisis that happened yesterday, the embarrassment, the safety concern. I didn't stay stopped at St. Monica for very long this morning since, you know, I dropped Johnny off late. Just want to get back and see if Don is able to go on his walk before he's got to get really roped into work today. Part of what was going on the last couple days really was someone over in Europe willing to help, and you know, it's much later in their day, so he certainly needs to catch them, work with them in his morning time. I used to come in and do what we called the World Trade Queue at work. I would be one of the earlier people in, and the people in England would be waiting on me. The people in Germany, they would all be waiting on me to come in. And then the people in Australia would try to catch me right before I went home for the day. You know, they were used to starting quite early to catch folks in the States at the end of their work day. So sometimes it would stretch the day out a bit, but I always liked working with World Trade because in that case, well, sometimes it was frustrating. I wasn't the one actually talking to the customer, but most of the time it was a nice buffer to have someone in country working with the customer, and then me working with that person was a little bit of extra assistance for me there. It's walk time. And Jules is looking so nice and pretty and shiny too. Well, I tell you what, Donnie, that sun is so hot, I may be having to take my little jacket off here in a minute.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
I'm pretty warm.
Yep, me too.
Poor Don's feeling like he's got to do a hit this morning. He doesn't want to do it. He's just doing it because he's hoping it's all them things they say about it are true. Right. He's doing without chocolate chip cookies, and he's doing these hill runs in the hill work in the morning, and you know, be one thing if he could go home and have a cup of coffee with some chocolate chip cookies, but that's not happening. I love you, that's two. You're doing good, that's 3. Four. Your face says they're getting harder. I believe it. That's 5. You got one more? Remember, the whole idea here is to do your all out every last ounce you got. That's 6. Poor Don, I wanted to run a half a lap. I'm probably going to try to do a half a lap all 3 times around. My foot's still not right. I don't want to talk about it. It's still puffy. And maybe a little red, not purple, not black or any other, you know, totally bad looking thing. But it's not all the way healed up, and the last thing I want to do is have a setback, but I'm also really ready to, I'm losing my endurance for running. Because you might remember, I was up to about 2 laps. I think I could do 1 lap right now. I wouldn't want to have to do 2 in a row without stopping. There was nobody on the track but us. Might be an older gentleman headed up there now, considering that is basically 60, sunny, and gorgeous. Where the heck is everybody? Now, the Thursday exercisers, they started out inside with the door propped open. I could hear her. And then they moved outside, and they were doing like football agility training stuff. Don, the nature savior again. Although this time the possum, he had expired in the middle of the trail, and Don put a couple of those dog station bags on his hand and slid him out of the way. There was a mom with a kid in the stroller. She had to kind of dance around to protect the kid. Don made it so that no one will be startled by him anymore.
Yeah, they won't notice him.
They won't notice him unless they're hunting for something.
Well, hopefully the buzzards will find him.
Right. Well, they need a meal, and he's already expired, so they should. They're pretty good at that.
Buzzards gotta eat just like the worms.
They're not buzzards, they're vultures.
Vultures gotta eat just like the worms.
Well, I appreciate that those birds help to clean up the environment. Some of you will remember about a year ago, Don went and cleaned all out this area straight in front and to the left down to the creek. We did a lot of work down there, and I had trimmed up and pulled crap away from the forsythia when we did that. It definitely leafed out well last year, and the one bush is looking pretty sizable and happy. It's blooming, but I need to get down there and cut that grass again and fertilize them for the spring, and they're doing good enough. I mean, I've got flowers on them, so I can't complain about that. And I have several varieties of Helleborus blooming over here too that are looking pretty. The quince has had blooms on it for what, 2 months now?
Yeah.
It bloomed, and then we had the snow, and the, you know, bloomed some more, and it's been through a lot and has looked good for a long time. Tux is sound asleep on the step. Don just went out for a second, and Tux didn't even stir. Stripe's over here on the bench. You can't quite see him though. I have right at 90 minutes before I gotta head back downtown, and I'm gonna spend that time on Joker Manor. I should have this side pretty equal to this side, I hope, before I leave. That should be doable. I'm on step 142 out of, what I say, 640 something. This nifty piece I just built with door that opens is a little oven or microwave. Well, after building the microwave, and this is basically a little kitchenette in there, I am building the computer room. There's speakers and a terminal and a chair and a microphone. And I'm just getting ready to put this wall on here and then over here next, which I'll probably have time to do when I get home. On my way to get Johnny. It's 1:42. Ruby's saying I'm gonna get there at 2:20. That sounds about right. I'm just a few minutes later than I intended to be, but it's a gorgeous day. Ruby says it's 77 degrees. It was supposed to be a high of 80. We got a couple hours yet, so I believe it. We're gonna be very close to that. Probably downtown Raleigh, it's 80. Be a good idea to come through here tonight. They're gonna have lane closures, road closures, something to do about a line crossing. Be prepared to stop. And this really large crane has been hoisted up during the day today. I haven't seen this crane before, so I presume this has something to do with the scheduled work tonight. Well, I missed taking a picture, but the Sheetz gas is now $3.79 a gallon, so it went up another 10 cents. Yesterday, 10 cents. Today, 10 cents. Hopefully not tomorrow, 10 cents. Well, first we saw a white Y, and now we're seeing a newer Vet.
It's the mid-engine version.
Well, I will be going back out to Taekwondo in a little while, but putting Ruby in the car, in the garage will keep the cats from using her as a terrace. Should help keep her cleaner since she's all nice and clean. Yes, yes, Ruby, I'm being very careful. We've done this literally over 1,000 times now. I've made excellent progress. It's nice and even right now, so I can stop for the night. I hate to stop when it's not even. I'll admit that. You know, these two gray on both, well, there's only one on this side and the white. Those need to be replaced when I get the right bricks. Eventually, sometime, I don't know. I've used the black brick here and here, and that needs to be the dark gray, or the light gray would work. When I run into it or order it, I'll replace that. Everything else is pretty much on target. Oh, I need some yellow for the sides here, but totally not structural. It's supposed to look like this. So, when I need, see, 10, I need 20 yellows with a dot, and then I probably have the purple, or I could substitute different neon lights if I wanted. But anyway, it's coming right along. This hasn't been filled in yet, so it's not that I haven't done it. But it's coming along nicely. I'm on step 199. Should I have done one more step and hit 200? Looks like we're going to be focusing more on the center here to start. But yeah, I'll be picking back up on 200 tomorrow. Or next time I work on it, because Michelle and I are shopping tomorrow.